Welcome back to another episode. Today's word of the day is tycoon. So, the family and I had a chance to play Hotel Tycoon today. If you have not seen that game before, it looks like this. And cool thing about it, you get to build hotels. So, unlike Monopoly, where everything's kind of going around the board and you kind of just play the board, you actually build hotels. So unlike the hotels in Monopoly that are just little plastic pieces, these hotels are pretty ornate. And so the whole idea is you're looking to create a monopoly with your hotels. And kind of just like Monopoly, you're looking to bankrupt your opponent. So definitely a lot of sources and origins from a basic Monopoly game, but it plays a little bit differently. And the thing that I actually liked about it was that when you're actually putting hotels together, you actually have to build them. And when you actually do build them, you actually have to put a an hotel entrance. So even after you own a property, you're not making any money. Even after you build a building on a property, you're still not making any money. It's not until you actually put the hotel entrance on the board where you can actually start charging rent. So there's a little bit more development within this game. Had a chance to play with my 7-year-old daughter and my 13-year-old son. And everyone enjoyed it. Took a decent amount of time, but not as long as a full game of Monopoly. So would I actually recommend this game? Yes. But something to just be aware of any games that are kind of like Monopoly is that anytime a game tells you how to win, well, you need to kind of take that as sort of a microcosm for life. If you have goals, if you're looking to pursue certain things, if you have someone else to tell you how you're going to be successful, you definitely want to kind of define that for yourself. Now, if you have a job, if you're, looking to, go in that particular direction, obviously your employer has certain goals for you. But I like looking at these games through a lens because even though you have your instructions right here that tell you how to play the game, at the end of the day, it's kind of instructing you on what you actually need to do in order to win. And everyone's looking to do the same thing. So the rules and keeping things in line, that is nice. But I tend to bend the rules and go around the rules a little bit because I don't want to play a game just like everyone else does. And I don't always want to play a game like this. But first time through, that's what we did. And I'll kind of give you a run through of how everything worked. So here it goes. All right, so we have Hotel Tycoon here. So if this board looks familiar, you have a loop, you have your start. Of course, that's not essentially your go, but you go around the board. When you pass that spot right there, you get $2,000 added to your bankroll. I think you originally start with $14,000, and then you just make your way around. So as far as how all of the areas and the pieces work, this is where you can get a free hotel entrance. This is where you have the option to actually build. Now, the cool thing about building is you actually have a dice like this. So if you choose to build, you essentially pick up your card of whatever property you're looking to improve. And these are all your options as far as what the costs are. But you actually have to go to the permitting office. And I kind of like this die because it tells you when you go to the permitting office, if you get a green, that means you're a go. And you can pay the option that's listed on there. If you get a 2, that means the cost is double. And once you actually go for a permit, you can't renege, you can't go back. And then this means denied. So as you're going around and land on these, that is the die that you actually spin or roll. And then this die kind of gives you your number of spaces. The other cool thing I do like is that if you have property that you land on that is not built on yet, you can actually buy it from the player that owns it for most likely half the price they bought it for. So it's definitely a little bit more cutthroat than anything else. But the cool thing I liked about this are the pieces. You actually were airplanes and you're kind of flying through the clouds. And I guess where you land, well, you got to be careful because once someone creates a monopoly and they put an entrance in any particular place, it's just really a game of how much money you have left. So you definitely don't want to go bankrupt because if you do, well, then you're out of the game. So you just have to make sure you have some money somewhere. And if you don't, well, you get to auction off your property or your buildings. So definitely would recommend Hotel Tycoon, and definitely think I have some stories as far as how a tycoon has essentially impacted some recent events just in my life. So stay tuned for that. I'll definitely be sharing some tycoon stories. Some more to come on that. But until then, definitely had to clean up after a good game. My daughter actually whooped my son and I. she destroyed us with her monopolies. So hope you have a chance to take a look at this game if you haven't already and have fun. All right. So until next episode, bye.